Ooh, well, hello, redesigners. How are you? Welcome to our home. Come on in, take off your shoes. I just vacuumed.
Well, hello everyone, and well, as Carrie said, welcome to our home. For those of you who are new here, this is probably the last time we're going to give you the full rundown because, well, you should know who we are by now.
I'd hope.
My name is Bob.
I'm Carrie.
And this is Life Redesigned. And in 2022, Carrie and I said goodbye to traditional living, said goodbye to property taxes, nosy neighbors, and all the small town politics that we were dealing with in New Hampshire. And we discovered RV life. And just like everybody else, well, we started to vlog about it. And apparently that's taken off to the tune of, so far, as of the moment of this video, 10,000 subscribers. And we truly thank each and every one of you for joining us on this remarkable journey of just two crazy people living a dream of traveling. One of the things that we get asked all the time, Carrie, is not only, are you guys swingers, and what's all that stuff about the loofers? We're not going to talk about that today.
We'll just say, oh, hell no.
We get asked, what is it like to live in such a small space? Why did you choose the 22 MLE from Grand Design? And what's that experience been like being in it for an entire year now? Because as of this recording, not only the 10,000 subscriber mark, we've established that we're not swingers, but we've also been 1 year inside of our home, which we affectionately call
Humphrey.
So today we're going to take you segment by segment. We're going to break it down probably into about 3 segments. It's really not that big of an RV. We're going to tell you what we like, what we don't like about this RV. We're not going to go into our experiences with Grand Design. We're going to leave that for a future video. So if you like that kind of disruption, click the subscribe button because you're going to be in for a journey with that. But we're going to cover today each little segment of Humphrey and show you what we feel was the perfect travel trailer for us at the time.
Yes,
you ready?
I am ready.
Let's do it!
Woo!
First and foremost, welcome to our bedroom. This is where the magic happens. This is the thing that actually sold us. One of the reasons that we actually bought this RV was because it has a queen size bed. Now, we're not going to trick you into a commercial for an RV mattress. We're not that kind of people. But we will say the first thing that we did before we even went to pick up Humphrey here is
we bought a Casper mattress.
And we went to Costco because in Myrtle Beach, the only place that you can get a mattress and leave with it the same day was Costco. Even a place called Rooms to Go couldn't get us a mattress the same day. They wanted 2 weeks. Go figure. Rooms to Go. Anyhow, so we picked up the mattress. We have like a 12-inch Casper mattress. I'm on the fence on this. You know, I make a lot of jokes about sponsorships and, you know, RV-specific mattresses. But, you know, if you guys want to send us one and want to give us, a good run on a different mattress, I'd probably be open to it. Because this one here hasn't really, after a year, I know, we're torn on this. This mattress isn't as great as the one that we had at home, and maybe it's because this was only $600. I'm not sure, but it does fit the bill. Here we have plenty of storage, which is a running joke with us. These here, we keep our shorts and pants and stuff like that, like one pair of pants, mostly shorts now, in these little bins here that just pull out. Everything's a little messy at the moment, but it pulls out, and that's how we store that stuff. Pretty simple. Carrie has 2 of them on that side, and then for here, we just kind of hang up things. You'll notice a lot of price tags on those shirts. Still there because, well, I'm still in the process of losing weight and deciding what size I'm in. But other than that, we have, we keep t-shirts and underpants, under britches, and stuff in those. Not so bad. Yeah. This does have storage cubbies on either side, and really Carrie and I use that for, on my side is a safe that holds, we'll just call it personal protection items. Not those, you dirty-minded people, but safety. To take care of
that's in
ourselves.
the britches drawer.
So at any rate, it has those on both sides. I am happy to report that I never caught my head in either one.
No.
Now, Carrie and I when we first picked this up, we did a tour of it. You can go back and see what it was like a year ago. It really hasn't changed much. No. We just made some tweaks. We still are a little upset that when you open that cabinet door, the handle hits the valances
That's
on
just
both
stupid.
sides. They really should have put that up higher.
Yeah, not a fan of that.
Other than that, really, we keep on the one side of the bed, we keep a dehumidifier from Medea, which is a big monster residential one, because the key is keeping moisture at bay in most of these, especially when you live in it full time. Carrie's side stays wide open. We're not going to show you under the bed because that has everything from our luggage to winter clothes should we ever need it, which we don't. And we even have river rafting tubes under here. But lots of storage, lots of space. All in all, the bedroom, we have no complaints.
The Betty's is the best, though.
Yeah, we do
I
like
love
our
my
Betty's,
Betty's,
which we paid for ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, they did not want to
Nope.
sponsor us. But we do enjoy the Betty's because it is nice to keep
easy.
that. And then the curtains, as you can see over here, the curtains over here, as I step in front of Carrie, well, Carrie did all those. We have tension rods up in each valance that holds the curtains down, and she's done a great job of making separate living spaces. So that being said, we're going to cut back in just a second. I'm going to show you, well, really the reason we bought this and what we've done. This is probably the biggest change that we've made inside. So stick around. All right, it's going to kind of get a little bit difficult getting both of us in the shot. So in the taller things, I'll jump in. Short things, we'll send in Carrie. But this here is, you know, if you're not a keen observer, this is going to look very much similar to stock. But in fact, I can assure you this is not stock. We replaced the TV that was in here, which I think was like a TCL or something, which was a horrible television. Yeah. We replaced this with a Ultra HD from Samsung, I believe it is. It's been fantastic. We also changed the arm out so that we can give you a little more of a peak. Gives us a little more ratio here, up and down. We also have our router through connecting that's mounted back here. Also have a sound bar. The Roku sits there. Everything else is pretty compact. We keep on travel day, we put pool noodles on the side and bungee cord this in. Other than that, on the right hand side, we keep an Xbox that keeps us connected with their son. We play video games every once in a while. And then some video equipment. The Bluetooth stereo system here up top, we don't ever use. I think we've used it maybe once or twice. It works, it's fine. The one connect from Compass or whatever is telling us that we need to dump our gray tanks. All in all, pretty simple, pretty basic setup here, and it's done really well for us. The next part is where I spend about a good majority of my day. Okay, this is where we spend, well, where I spend a good portion of my day, probably 8 to 10 hours a day is spent right here at this dinette. And the first thing I'm going to tell you is that this is not the dinette that came stock. This is a dinette from Rec Pro, and I have actually modified this to hold a man of my size. Because the Rec Pro quality, well, sorry, but it's just not what it used to be. So I did have to beef this up a little bit, but it is night and day over the stock unit, because the stock unit really is just some thin foam, some paneling, and a couple of 2x2s. But this houses everything that I need to work. My laptops are mounted underneath on the wall. So I have two. I have one for this kind of stuff, and I have one for my job. We do have a backup internet here with T-Mobile because we're still testing with connecting. Depending on when this video comes out, you may know about it, you may not. We also have a nice 32-inch monitor. The only thing I don't like about this whole setup is the table. This is the stock tabletop. So if there's anybody who is out there who is a woodworker, since I don't have my shop anymore, and you want to make us a brand new tabletop out of wood with nice intricate designs, reach out to us at liferedesignedrv@gmail.com, because at some point that's the next on the list to go. Just want something a little more better quality, you know, stuff like that. But other than that, as far as this goes, this window here is extremely drafty. It's the only one in the whole unit that's drafty like this. But it's great. I get to work, and then when I need to think, I can look out the window. Sometimes I can see somebody dumping their black tank. It's great. But all in all, really no complaints. But again, the most of my time is here. I do like our swing arm on this monitor because I can move this all aside. I can pull this out. And if Carrie and I want to have a romantic dinner for two of just some meats and bacon, we can do it right here. And it's been a pretty solid thing. We're going to flip the camera around. We're going to show you the next side.
All right, welcome to our living room. So here is where we watch movies. Not as much YouTube as we probably should, but we don't. I don't know, they're comfortable, they're stock. Eventually, someday it'll go away and we'll get something that at least you can lift and snuggle if I wanted to.
And that's where I'm going to jump in here because
Oh, hey, Snuggles.
I want to complain about this. This little theater seating
Yeah.
thing, when we first got it, we loved it. It was great. Within 6 months or so, the vibration feature stopped working.
Well, on your side.
On just my side, and the heat just stopped working because they're heated bun warmers on here.
It's lovely.
Other than that, it's great. We do watch a lot of movies here.
Yep.
It's a nice little entertainment thing, and this is really another point about this RV that had everything we want. And I'm directly across from where I work. So during the day, when Carrie's answering all your comments and emails and stuff like that, I'm working, but we're also close together so we can bounce ideas back and forth.
And I make faces at him so he laughs while he's on the phone. That's always fun.
She loves to do that. But that pretty much wraps up the entertainment portion here. Really not much to complain about or anything here, or even jump up and down about. But at some point, yeah, I can definitely see us replacing this with a residential unit. But at the same time, it's not completely broke, at least on half the side. So why fix it? So we're going to move on to the next portion, which is going to be our kitchen. And just like that, welcome to our kitchen. There's somebody outside. We can hear them, and I think they're talking about us. But enough of our paranoia. This is where, well, a lot more cooking goes on inside than what we used to do. We used to cook everything outside on the grill.
Yep.
And that's kind of changed, mostly because we discovered what an air fryer is. And as our work schedule has increased, well, more meals happen inside here. I don't do much in here, so I'm going to let you handle most of this. I know there's a couple of things that you don't like, and I'll just stand in the back looking pretty.
I don't like the refrigerator. And reason being is because if I wanted to adjust the shelves, I can't adjust the shelves without taking the door off, everything out of the fridge. and yeah.
And that's another issue.
So I don't like the fridge.
And the reason I'm hiding back here and laughing about this and making little antlers behind her is because we have a thing about everything that Furrion touches. If it has a Furrion label to it, it's just for some reason just not thought out well. So yes. We went to look at lowering and raising the shelves on this.
And you can't.
And you'd have to take the whole fridge out because you can't open the door to get, it's just a mess.
So if you remember way back, when we were traveling from place to place, I'd open the door and all of the freezer stuff would be all over the floor.
In Indiana, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, well, it was garbage.
So we did have to put.
We did, but this thing is pretty cool.
So other than that, I mean, functionality-wise, the fridge works well. It's fine. I believe it's one of those 12-volt fridges, so it runs off the solar when we need it to. It's fine. It's functional, but it's one that I probably wouldn't do again. That's
no, it's just a silly whatever.
The stove in the oven, Furrion, again, it works. That's, nothing really to say there. This high point microwave, we actually use quite often. We're not microwave people when it comes to our normal food, but I do like popcorn every once in a while. We'll watch one of those movies, and like a lot of popcorn. And we do, enjoy that. So it does work. It's ironically one of the most surprising things that we use on a day-to-day basis.
Yep.
Now I'll take you over here a little bit more, let Carrie talk about all this good stuff.
So the sink. So this we had to caulk because it didn't have any caulk around it, and Bob was wondering why it was lifting all in here. So there's a nice thick bead of caulk in there, and we haven't had a problem since. Plenty of storage. Now remember, y'all showed up unannounced, so don't throw shade because my cabinets aren't clean. But plenty of room. Bob's snack cabinet. It's true. But yeah, okay, well, you could at least, volunteer, put the dishes away. But this is my favorite, our air fryer. This is like second to Humphrey at this point. So yeah, it pretty much, I use this every day. Every single day. Other than that, my bags. Storage for my bags.
See if we can get a shot of that in there for you, Carrie.
Yeah, thanks. Because Bob, if you know what, turn the camera a little bit more, because he still screws with me on this. He still puts them in the drawer.
So if I can bounce back in here to defend myself, if I get way down to her level so I can be seated, not just be from the neck down. Yeah, she does a lot of things about organization. The shopping bags, whenever we go shopping, I like to stick them in the drawers just to mess with her. But she does have that nice little holder.
Yeah.
We do have a heater from Vornado. If you can grab that, it's probably easier if we just bring it up at this point. The onboard heating here works really well. We're just not a fan of sucking through the propane.
Yeah.
So we picked up this little Vornado heater from Costco, as a matter of fact. I think about $60. It's been fantastic here in Texas. It's only gotten down to about 40 degrees. So yeah, all in all, not too bad here. But everything here has been functional. We will show you the fans because we replaced both of them. They come with those little 4-inch, nothing worth moving air fans. We replaced these with not a Max Air fan. These were just a off-brand, which has Amazon links in the video description. But they're $80 a piece, and it doesn't require you going up on the roof to take down those fans. You just put them in place. This is one of the first things that we did in Myrtle Beach, and it is a game changer as far as volume of air that gets moved through here. In fact, well, talk myself out of breath. In fact, when we were in Kentucky and we were without power there for a couple of days, and it was like 85 degrees, we turned on both fans, opened the windows, and just the airflow that got sucked through cooled down the whole rig. We were able to sleep at night. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
Bathroom's kind of tight. I'm going to show you that real quick, and then we'll kind of wrap this up here. I'm going to try to stay out of this shot because I know that mirror is picking up that handsome man.
Yeah, well, you could have knocked first.
As you can see, Carrie's got her favorite seat in the rig.
Yep. So I'm not showing you the shower because I have to do laundry, and
We keep our laundry in there.
Y'all kind of know what a shower is. But this little place has a lot of room. You really wouldn't think of it. It looks kind of compact. But
it's hard to shoot on camera, but we do have a lot of space as far as functionality goes.
But, I mean, there's plenty up there.
Plenty of storage. Again, we did have issues with the sink down here.
Yeah.
With the same thing about not being caulked properly. That seems to be a theme ongoing throughout the rig. We'll cover that in another video.
Yep.
The toilet itself was another point of contention. This is, I forgot what brand it is, but I'll try to get a shot. There you go, toilet. We've replaced the toilet seat. We've replaced valves on the toilet. We've replaced seals in the toilet. It's just not a very good toilet, but
no.
Other than that,
and we don't get AC in here.
Yeah, that's a big issue. I'm going to back out. We'll address that real quick and give you our final thoughts, but that is a big issue there. Okay, so now we're going to cover real quick just a couple of the little things that we've noticed throughout the rig. One is there's no air conditioning in the bathroom, like Carrie mentioned. There's plenty of heat. The heat will cook you out if you use the furnace, but there's no air conditioning in the bathroom. I'm not sure why you would do that. Maybe it's a cost-cutting thing, but it would be nice to have AC so you don't get out of that nice shower and just pour sweat. The question we get asked a lot about this is, what's the hot water like? Because it's that on-demand hot water system from Furrion. When it works, it's fantastic. We never have any issues not having enough hot water. But if it rains, we've covered this before, when it rains, that whole heater setup, it just floods in there. And you end up having to go out there and do all these little hacky things, blowing through straws and whatever to get it to work. It's just a poor design. But all in all, for what we paid, I believe we paid $36,000 for this rig. And for the past year, amongst other RVers that were in a similar situation and bought at the same time, we've actually had far less problems than most people have had. The problems that we have had with Grand Design, however, are more along the lines of customer service issues, which we will address in a different video. So I'm going to keep this relatively positive. I believe that's what all the hashtags are now, about just being positive all the time. But at any rate, air conditioning has worked flawlessly. No matter where we've been, I don't think we've ever been able to keep this below 66 because it will just freeze you out here, period. And it doesn't matter what the temperature's been outside, it's been phenomenal. Other than that, I really want to take a moment to thank you, because what Carrie did with this space, I'm a guy. I can pretty much work out the back of my truck and just be happy. It doesn't matter. But Carrie's really gone the extra mile throughout the past year to make this like a home. And things like the curtains, as much as we joke about them, things with decorations being hung up, just straightening out things, changing out things have made this feel legitimately like a home. when we come back, we never say we're going back to the rig, we're going back to the RV, we're going home. And that's a big thing. No matter where we're parked, it's always been nice to come home.
Yeah.
And that's it. Yeah, that's what it's really all about. Being on the road, traveling is great. We have no issues there. But you still want to feel like you belong in a space that's yours. And Carrie's done a phenomenal job doing that. So, yeah, so if you do own a big RV mattress company, you want to send one of those fancy must-have mattresses my way, I'll give it a shot. At the same time, really about that table, if you guys have ideas, we've tried to hook up with some local artisans in quite a few markets, and nobody's been able to do this for us. Let us know if you guys are a woodworker or you know somebody and we're going to be in an area near you. We would love to support a small business.
Absolutely.
So we hope you enjoyed this little tour of Humphrey and our home and get to see how we lived. Now, we did not go out of our way to clean for you. So if you saw some dust somewhere, we apologize. But we did put out the Bucky's candle that smells like
nothing.
Nothing. Bucky's candles don't smell
It's
like
supposed to be house blend coffee, and it's just a candle.
Like we are honored that you took the time to spend with us to tour our home. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. If you have a more in-depth comment and you want to tell me how much I've rambled on through this video, or you want to tell Carrie how nice her hair looks today, you can shoot us an email at liferedesignedrv@gmail.com. And if you want even more of the Life Redesigned experience, you want to know about our family, you want to know about former pets, if you want to know about what it was like living in New Hampshire for all those years, join us on Instagram and Facebook. We'll leave those right below. You can always see, because we always put some just personal stuff that we don't include in those videos. That's it.
That's it.
Until next time, I am Bob.
I'm Carrie.
And we hope wherever you are that you are doing well. And if not, we hope you get the chance to redesign your life.